5 on a Friday afternoon. I was fresh off work when she called. Said she had some good news. She got promoted at work, and that's worth a few drinks and to go out and groove. I was excited, hella delighted that she thought to call me, but I had to play it cool, as if I knew she'd be calling. Let's celebrate tonight. Wear your sexy dress and sexy heels, shine. Let's dance and drink and vibe all night. Enjoying you and all you do is you. Now you know, like I know, that you've got options, girl. But it don't matter, cause I'm so after everything for you. We done been eating good, talking good, drinking good. This flow, I need to see you stepping. We can two-step, 1, 2. We can bounce. We can move a little closer. Come on, let's get down. I guess now would be the time to whisper in your ear. The chance of never getting this chance is what I feel. Yeah.
Hey, this is Lenny Williams.
And this is Katie Lowe.
And I enjoy listening to IntellectualRadio.com.
And welcome to Rhythm and Flow. I want to welcome you to the #1 internet radio station, IntellectualRadio.com, an iHeart radio station. I am big and beautiful. I am fat, but oh so fabulous. I'm plump, but girl, I'm too pretty. All, I'm confident. I am the big sister of Rhythm Flow Radio, your host, Katie Lowe. I want to thank you for exploring internet radio and helping us grow our network. www.intellectualradio.com, where we have over 70 shows, 150 hosts and co-hosts, and we stream 24/7. Always say radio.com is like lottie-dottie. We got a show for everybody. Hey, today's show is brought to you by Oval Cleaning. Oval Cleaning Inc., professional cleaning service, commercial and residential, carpet, windows, floors, and more, office and post constructions. Call my friend Mike for a free estimate at 708-528-6825. It is a beautiful Friday in Chicago. You know, Chicago, they call it the Windy City, because we don't never know what the weather was going to be like. Believe that last week, right here in this Windy City, I thought I was going to have to pull out my thermal underwear and put them back on, because the weather dropped down to 32 degrees. And I had to keep my body warm. And then I wake up 2 days later. I ride down Madison Street.
Right.
And the girls walking around with the booty shorts on. So Chicago, you know, the weather is so unpredictable. I know you can see that I have a guest sitting to my immediate left. But before I allow him to introduce himself, I have to say happy birthday to Daryl Williams, J. Lowe, Harold Lowe, Holiday Sean Michael, Richard Talley, and Mr. Pugh. I hope you had a $1 million day. May God continue to bless you spiritually with love, peace, joy, happiness, good health, and prosperity. Birthday. Now at this time, without further ado, what you laughing at?
That's what you're gonna get for a little bit.
See what you laughing at? You must really be happy. Are you having a great day?
Yes.
That's what I'm talking about. Why don't you tell everybody your name while you sitting up here smiling and carrying on?
Let me see you say it.
You want me to say your
Let me see
name?
you say it. See if you get
Sharon.
it. Yep, strike one.
Strike one.
Yeah.
Y'all, okay, I'm gonna tell y'all a problem Nick pronouncing his first name. I wish I had been going to school with him. I would have been what they call the bully. So I'm gonna refer to him.
I'm pretty sure I had like about 10 years of that one.
You see, now he over there making fun. I'm gonna let him introduce himself, but you might hear me refer to him as.
My name is Charon Ingram. Okay.
Why don't you tell them a little bit about yourself before we're gonna get up in your video. We're gonna get up all up in your business. We're gonna try to figure out who you done took pictures of and made them look different.
Oh, it ain't that type of party player.
I know you didn't. You don't work with when you do your photography. Are you working with?
I work with everybody. I do everything. I work professional photography, beauty photography,
models, headshots,
kids, headshots.
Okay. Well, I mean, I know you've done some famous people, right?
No, not in photography. I've worked with some famous brands and graphic design.
Oh, brands. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought maybe because he trying to make me go there, but before we go there, before we get in his video, excuse me. There's one, I have to say this because I want to get this off my chest.
Okay.
And then we're going to get on to talk about a few current events, and then we're going to, get off into your video.
Okay.
But I have to say this. I have to get this off my chest because I have something on my chest that's really bothering me. I am not a relationship expert, and I do not do relationship shows. That is not one of my things. But I'm going to say this. And when I say this from my heart, and I mean it from my heart. If you are in a relationship and that relationship is toxic, get out of it. And when I say that, if you are being verbally abused, if you are being physically abused, whether you are gay, straight, bi, whatever, and I don't care whatever kind of relationship you in, but if you are in a relationship and you being abused, you need to step out of it, because there is no reason to walk around with black eyes and big lips and scars on your face and knots on your face, because when you allow somebody to abuse you and we can see, or other people can see physical scars. I mean, you got to go out in the public like that. What if you got to go to work? What if you got to go to school? And you got to step out like this. Maybe you got to ride public transportation. Listen, do like Whitney Houston said, and she didn't love herself too much, but you better learn to love yourself, because learning to love yourself is one of the greatest gifts of all. And if you got a problem that you think that you can't handle, then I guess I'm going to have to refer to like Sister Angela Johnson, what she was saying. You need to have a personal relationship with God so you can get you some help. And that goes not only for the sisters, that goes for brothers, because it's some sisters out here, they will kick a brother and put some knots and bruises on him. It just makes me mad when I see women, whether they be black, white, Puerto Rican, whatever, when I see them and they are all beat up and they're out in the public, it is so hard to hold your head up high. To do, even though you try. If you're listening to me and you're in one of those relationships, hey, they got some, what they call them, shelters, domestic violence shelters. They got them out there. Find one and get out of it. Okay, and I'm gonna leave that alone, and I'm gonna get to my other thing. because we have reached the 1,000 mark, the 1,000 mark here in Chicago. Over 1,000 shootings in Chicago, just shootings. It's probably more than that. While I'm talking, who knows? There have probably been 10 or 12 more. And April is just coming to an end. You know, the weather may not be hot, but it's going to be a long, hot spring and a long, hot summer here in Chicago. They're going to call it bang, bang, shoot 'em up. And I live on the west side, so they call it the Wild, Wild West. And all I can do is stay up in my house. Confronted with any of that.
I mean, I don't know. It's not as bad as what it's bad, but you can traverse the streets. If you know the streets, you can traverse the streets. But you know where you ain't supposed to be. And,
wait a minute. If I know what?
If you understand how the city works, I mean, you understand where you're supposed to be. You know, shouldn't be getting caught up in certain areas where you ain't supposed to be. Certain types of night.
It's not only a night thing. They're doing this in the daytime. They're doing this on the expressway. Everywhere. I mean, why should I be a prisoner of my house if I'm a taxpaying citizen? I should be able to walk out of my door, go to the store, go to the park, go wherever I want to go without afraid of being shot.
This is true. It's just it's not an everyday segment. It's not every day. It's not every day. I got to travel through West Side of Chicago. Oh, I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
I travel through the West Side of Chicago every day.
Okay.
My studio is en route there.
Okay.
And let's say out of the 5 years that I've been going there, I've missed the gunshots. And we talking about going straight down over there on Laramie Street, kill there.
Yeah.
I ain't seen it.
You ain't seen it.
It ain't as bad as they say. I think sometimes the media wants to keep you locked in your house.
You think they exaggerated?
I think that there's some high profile areas.
Okay, so these numbers are being exaggerated?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. I think that there are some high profile areas. I don't think that the whole city consists of it. The proof is in where, when you see an area like where I shoot at, park, and you see white people walking around at nighttime.
Oh, don't you get me
I'm
talking
just
about
saying. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
I mean, okay.
I'm just saying. It's the city just isn't as bad as people portray it to be.
Okay.
And there are areas where there's a lot of violence. There are areas where people need to be locked down. Zones need to be locked down. The whole city isn't that bad. Chicago is as horrible as people paint it to be. Bad stuff going on. And there's some work that needs to be done.
Now, can I say something about Garfield Park?
Yeah.
Garfield Park, they have put lots of money into Garfield Park. Have you ever just looked at the train station?
Absolutely.
At Garfield Park?
Yeah.
Look at the train station at the other train stop. Okay, don't get me.
So you just proved my point. I mean, that they are zones.
Yeah, they have zoned. They have zoned areas. Certain people.
I ain't gonna say that either.
Well, I will. I will.
Hey, you said that, I ain't say it.
They said it, just like they redline insurance. You live in one zip code, your insurance is cheaper. You live in another zip code, it's $50 or $60 higher. I mean, I should say $200 or $300 higher. Let's just be.
This is true.
Okay, so I'm just saying that we have reached that mark. April is gonna end in what, 2 or 3 days?
Yep.
Hey, we're gonna have a long hot summer?
Yeah.
It's gonna be bang bang shoot 'em up?
Hey, look, I got 2 kids. I'm all the way away from.
You got boys or girls?
Shoot up. I got a 10-year-old girl and a 4-year-old boy.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So you got to be a concerned parent.
That's right. I got to be able to walk the streets. If I work in Chicago and I live in Chicago, then I got to safely move through Chicago, so I can make my money in Chicago and stay away from the riffraff in Chicago.
All right. Okay, we got one other thing I got to get off my chest. Bad news of the 16-month-old girl that went missing from in front of her home in Southwest suburban Joliet. Later, they discovered the child dead. And, you know, I didn't read this in the news, but I believe the baby, they might have found her in the sofa because that was the only piece of evidence that they. I don't know. It's something. It's something very, very, very strange about that. They closed the house down now. Um, they've made it. They said it was not livable. So okay, there are some crazy things going on with that, and I'm just trying to make sense of that situation that is telling a lie, and I don't know. How can she, the last time you saw her, it was at 4:30 in the evening, and they were gonna, with 6 or 8 other children, and they were on their way to get ice cream, but the car broke down. All of a sudden, she's missing, and when they get permission to search the house, get permission to search the house, they find this child in the house dead. I know. We got to do better. We got to do better. Okay, now, are you ready now, sir?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. He's got to make sure that everything is perfect.
My phone's gonna die.
Your phone want to
Yeah,
die?
it's gonna die.
Okay.
He fixed my phone. He took out my battery.
He didn't hook up your
He
battery.
did that on purpose.
I bet that was that producer, wasn't it?
So that's how it is in the radio show.
Uh-huh.
This people working around, they don't show their face.
But all I do is come in here and sit in this chair, come out before I get here, because I know that what comes up may come out.
Absolutely.
So I bless my mouth before I get here, and all I got to do is sit in this chair, and I have like a little, a little. I guess you would call it. Back in the day, what did they call it? You make oh, when we used to write a book report, I can't think of what they call it now. But I have a little layout here, and it just has little notes, and from the little notes, I talk from them. So this is all I have to do. He does everything else.
Oh, okay.
So if anything goes wrong, don't blame it on me.
Look dead over there.
Just look over there at him, okay? Okay. Now we're gonna get to talking to our studio guest, Mr. Ingram. I'm not gonna even mess with your first name because you're not gonna have me up in here not producing, saying your name right. I want to say Sharon.
Charin.
Charon.
Yep.
Like charcoal barbecue.
Okay.
Charon. Did I get it right?
You got it.
Charon.
Yeah.
Did I get it right?
Yeah, you got
Give
it.
me 5 over there. Hey, I get it right. Okay, listen. They already kind of figured out what you did from the way you talk.
Okay.
Okay. But I know that you started out as a graphic artist.
Yeah.
Thing is, how did you get interested? Because you're a photographer, right?
Yes. Well, I'm a graphic designer. I'm a photographer also.
Okay.
But I work for a magazine called Salon Sense Magazine. And when we worked there, they had projects like advertising projects. Like when you look at magazine publications, if you notice, 50% of the magazine are ads. It's like you see a big full page ad and you see an article, full page ad, article. So this is a smaller time publication and they needed to create advertisements. As designers had to pick the photos and lay out the advertisement.
No. But before you get there, how did you? Every child that's growing up in life, they kind of know that I want to be this, I want to be that.
Oh.
Probably like when Earl was growing up, he probably said, I want to own an internet radio station, or I want to be a photographer, or I want to be a videographer. How did you?
Okay, cool. Yeah, all right, cool. So when we were sitting down in little groups in 6th grade, and people was like, I want to be a fireman, I want to be a doctor, I want to be a lawyer. I was like, I made Mario Brothers. I played a lot of video games.
Oh, really?
I liked how the video games looked, and I mean, to this day, I got stuff in my hat. It's in my hat. It's all my little pieces in my hat. Fire me. I'd play it every day. So, well, I want to be a part of this. So I was like, okay, cool. I want to do graphic design. See these little men jumping around and all this other good stuff. And it turned into industry. Graphic design is everywhere, from your t-shirt down to your panty line. There's somebody who's laying out something for somebody for some purpose. And I became a part of it. I jumped in it. I went straight ahead and didn't look back.
So what kind of education?
There was nobody that was going to teach me how to be a designer. There was nobody that's going to say, hi, I will take you into the hall of design and study and show you how to focus on your eye.
What about those schools that, I mean, they had, there was a big old school,
you know what?
downtown.
I gotta be honest with you. Now, I did go to college, but
Okay.
I was designing as a child. So I started doing, time I was 13, Packard Bell. And I had a program called Sierra Print Artists. And anybody who remembers me know that when I was in high school, I was making business cards. You know what I'm saying? I had like these business cards. Instead of having like I said, at the current time, you had regular business cards that had the name on it. And maybe if you did something special, you can touch the material. Came out. So I would scan stuff. I would scan things that was inspiring me. At that time, it was rap. So I had Puffy and Biggie on the beeper cards. And like
on the beeper
on
cards.
the beeper cards. Remember the beeper cards?
You talking back then.
Right. So, they're like, you walking through the high school and people are paying me to pass out so they can have business cards to pass out to say to reach me, to beat me, but they got Pac on it. On there right there. Like, all right, I'm a businessman. I got a printer. I was doing calculated rows of ink, paper. I had lanes of how I was going to walk through high school. And I was just like, okay, cool. This is going to be me. I'm going to make this money. And I was like sophomore year of high school walking around and everybody knew me and we was doing this thing.
So you had your business cards.
I was rolling, yeah. I was print styles unique. 10 cards on the sheet, $1 a sheet. You know what I mean? Did it like that. So
and all from that is what that got you to where you are today.
Yeah. It just kept, my daddy would tell me I fall up. He said, you fall up. That's what I kept doing. I just kept running into stuff where it was like, okay, cool, I'll do that too. Okay, cool, I'll do that too. Later on, like now, looking back in retrospect, we find out that that's just up in itself.
Okay.
Like I'm an artist. I'm not a graphic designer. I'm an artist. Like music. I can sing. I just happen to do graphic design. I do 3D animation. One of my other key things that I do now is photography. I'm a digital retoucher, but I just try to expand into as many zones as I possibly can.
So you were talking about the ads that we see in magazines.
Yeah, that's how I found photography.
Okay.
Right. So at that point, I was a graphic designer. I was actually a creative director for the magazine, and we would lay the book out on a monthly basis. And the lady, Terry Winston, she got into for the companies. Like she owned the book, and like if you was a company like this radio place, like, okay, you want to put a spot in here, come over here, you can give us the ad. If you don't have an ad, we got some graphic designers in the house that'll make them for you.
Okay.
So they had this bigger company called Essations, and Essations wanted them to do a shoot. A guy that is going to be the photographer, but the photographer didn't know what they wanted. So they gave the phone to me, and I'm like, I'm a graphic designer, so I'm just, let me look at this other stuff that I know that looks good and lay that out for you. So I told him what he needed. So we did that a couple of times. And through doing that, I was like, well, instead of telling you what we need, I've been doing it myself. Messed art.
So now how long have you been doing this?
Professionally, I've been shooting since 2006.
Wow. And you do ads in magazines, newspapers, you do it all.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. I also noticed that on here that you had worked for Sauchin Carson.
Yeah.
And L'Oreal.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is something that I found out that just blew my mind. That Soft Sheen Carsons,
Yes.
they have not always been owned by them.
Right.
But they are owned by L'Oreal. So when we see Kelly rolling on that box,
right,
she just a face to get our dollars.
Hey, you talking about business now.
I know it, but I'm just saying, I had to go and start looking for stuff. So when I looked up, because I always thought Soft Sheen Carson was a black company.
Yeah.
And then I went in there and I started reading, and I found out that it was owned by L'Oreal. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
They know how to get that dollar. Okay? I'm just saying. Okay. So in Soft Sheen Carson, so did you do like the preparations for the packaging?
Well, it went for Soft Sheen Carson, it went from ping pong. My biggest thing I did when it was multimedia development. So I came in the Soft Sheen Carson on the tail end right before they was acquisitioned by L'Oreal. Okay. So when they was out here out south,
right,
that's when I was working with them. So then they had like a big thing in Houston where they was talking about the merger between Soft Sheen, making the Soft Sheen Carson, and then right after that they was being picked up by L'Oreal, and they need to have this annual presentation. So they brought me in to put the whole thing together. So with that's consisting of video movement. So like think of your regular PowerPoint presentation, but when you press a button, instead of seeing words, you're seeing videos. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You see an actual interaction and things flying around. You hear an audio, like a whole a nice composition. So they hired me to do that. And once I did that, then they brought me in for a couple other things. I had my hands in the remake of product. They had two classic products. They had Carefree Curl, and then they have, I can't remember. All I know is that it's a blue bottle with a magenta wave on it, and I can't think of the name right now.
Keep moisturizing. No,
that's Luster.
Oh, that's Luster.
I work with them too.
Oh,
oh man, I can't remember the name. When I remember the name, I tell you.
It was one of those curly products?
No, it was one of it was one of their first products. They had like Soft Sheen had two major products. I can't think of that to save my life.
But don't ask me, because I don't know.
But I worked with that, and then once they did the merger and they went over to New York, I was working with them with other projects, and whenever they had other done, they called me in to do graphic design. So we're talking about posters, banners, all type of materials to push the market.
Okay, when you use the term the graphic designs, pictures?
No, like that poster right there.
That's graphic design.
That's the design. Photographer took the picture. They brought a designer in there to put
these are pictures
together.
And you put them together.
Put them together, right?
Okay.
The wrapping on the bottle, same thing.
Oh, okay.
Anything. The intellectual radio that's on the microphone. Yeah.
Okay.
The person that you paid to put that together, to put the mic there, to choose the colors.
That's the graphic design.
That's the graphic designer.
Just learned something.
I leave my card.
Oh, check that out. Now that's really I'm going to tell you, I didn't know that.
Yeah. It's a behind the scenes job. My job is to take a company and make them look just as shiny and polished as that next company that's spending all those millions of dollars.
On the ad.
So when a bigger company comes to me and say, Charan, we need you to do X, Y, and Z, it's because they see that I can effectively do that. I can do that with a company. I've had companies that will go and get bigger projects better because they actually had a logo to properly represent them, because they had a proper letterhead to properly represent them. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. They had a proper package, an EPK, an electronic press kit.
Okay.
So they can go out there and look the part that they're supposed to.
They can go out there and also sell themselves.
Yeah.
To look bigger than they are.
Yeah. But that's how it works. I mean, you might be a small company and you're looking for $250,000 loan, and if your company doesn't look like anything, they're not going to give you the money. So then you come to me and I make you look good. After that, you're on your
Hmm.
own.
So now are you independent? Do you work independently?
Yes.
Do you have your own company?
I work for myself.
You work for
I'm
yourself.
standalone. Yeah.
Okay. So working for yourself, you do like you say, you do everything. You do the graphic designs for commercial, fashion, beauty, photography, retouching. You do all of that.
Yeah. One-stop shop.
Now, where's your business located?
I'm my God. 4223 West Lake Street is where my studio is.
Pulaski.
No, that's like Lake and Kildare.
Lake and Kildare.
Yep.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right.
It's like a loft community over there.
It sure is.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm right over there. My business out of there. Out of there.
So you take pictures and
Yes.
everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
Full-time photographer.
Okay. And you do videography?
Yes.
You do weddings? I'm just asking.
No.
No, I'm just nosy. I mean, only because I'm looking at everything that you do, because I'm looking at it, that came out.
Absolutely.
Because I know that videographers do weddings.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you got a little bit.
Everybody got their own lane or what they specify in.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, I choose not to do the weddings, unfortunately.
Headache.
It's a lot of work. It is.
It is
It's
a lot of work.
It's a lot of work. Like if I brought you in a session, like I'm a portraiture photographer.
Mhm.
So if I brought you in a session to get photos or headshots, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
That's different from doing a wedding. Like you're asking me to come in like half the day and take a bajillion photos, and then later on I have to come and do more work to those photos. I have to select those photos, and then we have to make books and
And then a lot of times the customers are not satisfied.
right. I like the personal one-on-one develop when I take pictures.
Okay.
You know, I like making sure that you get exactly what you need to sell yourself when you come get a shoot.
No, I guess I shouldn't ask you. Are you expensive?
That's an interesting question. What do you call expensive?
I don't know. I'm just asking. I've
What's expensive?
This is you're about my third photographer that I've interviewed.
Okay.
And when I say expensive, you do family portraits?
Yes.
So what do you charge people to do a family portrait?
Well, it depends on what you're looking for. Each session is different.
Okay.
So saying, hey, I want you to come in and take a group shot versus, hey, I want you to come in and take a group shot of my family, but then I got 3 kids and I want you to shoot them as a group. Then I got me and my husband and I want you to shoot them as a group too. Then I want us to get all together and see, and then now it accumulates. So like if I just gave you a price right now and then we have a conversation and you're like, oh, that's not what you told me.
It's like say that, okay, like one photographer that I interviewed, I think his name was Robert Olin from Robert Olin Studio.
Mhm.
So they do the complete thing. They do the hair, the makeup.
Right.
Well, something like that could start at $200.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, this is what I was trying to do, that complete thing.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
All services are a la carte. So everything is additional. Anything that you add on.
That you add on your makeup artist,
Right.
That's a fee. Your hairstylist, that's a fee.
Right.
Okay. And then
you have people who come in and say, I just need to have my photo taken, and they don't need those services. So you can automatically attach that and have them pay for something that's not even going to be integral or need that they need,
Listen, it's good to know that we have it's good to know that we have in the Black community, that we have a photographer, we have a business people who can fill some of these needs, because these are things that usually elsewhere for.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And that's one of my personal goals. My services will be as professional as those other areas that you usually feel like you have to go to.
Mhm.
It's right here. I provide those services at that same quality, not significantly at the same rate. You ever looking at see me looking at me like so how much
I knew it was coming.
how much does that cost? How much is that gonna cost me?
I'm just oh, you got me hurt.
You are gonna look as good as any other professional does. You're gonna look as clean and be as proper as you need to be. You're gonna be able to sell yourself as well as the next man, regardless of what is in his pockets, and it will be fair.
I mean, with your background and stuff, and the work that you have done,
Yeah,
it automatically tells me that you are good at what you do.
absolutely.
Okay, so I mean, I don't know, for somebody that may be listening, because I mean, prom time is coming up. Want to come to your studio and have some pictures made, because they do that. I mean, they do those little at the prom,
Yeah.
but some people get professional pictures done. I've seen some,
Right.
and they spend that money
Mhm.
because they have a son or a daughter, hey, that they're proud of. I mean, most people are proud when they kids graduate, but some parents are. They just mile.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I mean, it's good to know that we have a graphic designer, he does commercial fashion, beauty, photography, and retouching. You put your phone number out there.
I'm selling myself right now.
Well, I mean, you've got a business that you have a service, a product, a service that people can use.
Absolutely.
Okay. And I'm just going to be honest, to be African American and know that you do all these things.
Yeah.
All right. And to have me go on the internet looking for stuff, searching.
Checking me out. Oh, man.
It's good to be able to market yourself.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I feel like every time that I do a show for Intellectual Radio, not only am I marketing Intellectual Radio, I know I'm marketing myself.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, this is my first time using Facebook Live.
It is.
Yeah, it is.
Photographer.
I'm behind the scenes. I'm
Okay.
so used to being behind the scenes and being attached to another company. So it's like I don't often have to get out and say, hey, look, this is me and this is what I do. Usually I will do something and like another person that works with another company would be like, that's him? And they'll bring me in and they're like, okay, I'm going to pay you. Oh, we're going to pay you this much to be quiet. While they go to another company and be like, yes, we do everything. And then they still coming back to me like, hey, look, this is what we need you to do.
Because if you didn't get their price.
Right.
Exactly. So now they want to, okay. Okay, listen, I can't believe we've sit up here and talked by kind of fast.
Oh, really?
But I just need to take a break right quick. I want to remind everybody that you are listening to the number one internet radio station, Rhythm, IntellectualRadio.com. This is Rhythm Flow Radio with Katie Lowe, and today's show is brought to you by Overcleaning Inc. Professional cleaning service, commercial and residential, carpet, windows, and floors, office and post construction. Call Mike for your free estimate at 708-528-6825. And I want to play this song for you. If you're gonna go out stepping tonight or the weekend, I want to play this song. It's called She Says Oh, and it's by Lenny Williams. I do want you to pick this song up on iTunes or Amazon.
That's what she said to me. If you really want to party, let's go out tonight. Let's hit the club and get this party started. If you're slipping, get them bottles pouring it's alright. And if you smoked a little something before, that's alright. Cause you were looking so damn good in the club. We're having so much fun. So much fun. Feeling kinda good. Come on, let's hit the floor. Then she backed that thing on up to me. Here we go. That's what she said to me. And now we turn the dance floor up. She said, I'm gonna put this thing on you. And I like the way she's moving. Let me hear y'all say, she's turning on. And now we turn the dance floor up. I sure love what she's doing to me. And I think I love her. 5:30 in the evening and I'm just getting off. Stop by the cleaners, hope it don't take too long. Girl, if you wanna wine and dine, that's alright. Stop by and grab a dozen roses, the kind you like. Cause you are looking so damn good, baby. We're having so much fun, I like it, sugar. I'm feeling kinda good. Let's hit the floor again. And can you back that thing up to me again? Here we go. That's what she said to me. Oh yeah. And now we turn the dance floor up. She said, I'm gonna put this thing on you. And I like the way she's moving. She's putting on a show. She's turning on. Now. We're having so much fun. I sure love what she's doing to me. And I think I love her. She's alright. That girl is sexy and she knows it. She's so beautiful, yes she is now. Her body's so tight, she's a little kinky and she knows it. I want everyone to know that she's my baby. And I love her so. I can't wait to tell everybody about you. Whoa. And we're turning up. And we getting down, and girl, I love your body. Yes, I do now.
I want to welcome you back to the number one internet radio station, IntellectualRadio.com, and iHeart radio station. This is Rhythm Flow Radio with the big girl of internet radio, Katie Lowe. And sitting to my left is Mr. Ingram.
I wish I had my voice. I come in and do the low voice.
See what?
So if I had my voice, I'd do the low voice.
What's wrong with your voice?
Your voice. I'm hoarse.
You hoarse? From a shoot?
Yeah.
Where? You know, I heard you say something about, I really didn't want to bring this up, but I don't know, something in me. Must be a little devil. I wish you'd get off my shoulder. You were talking about Garfield Park. So you do a lot of shoots over there.
Yeah, that's what the studio is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There's you know what? In that area, there have been a lot of interesting things that have turned around. It's over there near Lucy Flowers School.
Mm-hmm.
And City of Chicago has always invested a lot of money into Garfield Park, that Golden Dome, all of that.
Yeah.
Up in there. There's a place called Inspirational Kitchens.
Mm-hmm.
Never heard of it?
Never heard of
It's right over there too. And it's where they like they teach everything about owning a restaurant.
Oh, that's awesome.
From waiting the table to being a chef. I mean, every in and out of owning a restaurant. It's in that area. And when I was just talking about the gun violence, and I was saying that's an area, and I'm I'm not being racist when I say it, but that's one of the areas that the city of Chicago has really kept. They spent a lot of money there, just like they do, a few other areas.
They're spreading.
Huh?
They're trying to spread it.
I mean, it's the truth.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, do you ever get any? I'm gonna say, you ever get any contracts with the city because of those?
Yeah.
Never.
No.
Okay.
No. I haven't worked with the city yet. I'm trying to think about projects I've done. I've done projects in the city.
Okay. What project are you working on now?
I'm currently. I got. That's a big
What
question.
big project? Well, a project that we may see in print.
I did just finish a campaign with Luster. Yeah, they had a Pink Kids full line of promotion. I did their campaign for them.
So that'll be coming out, or is it already out there?
It's already out there. Already out there.
Okay.
I did the product photography for the bottles. They had promotions with girls. They should have some advertisements out with the little ladies. I had shot the ladies.
Mm-hmm.
I had to do some one-offs, 1 minute social media pieces for S Curl and Luster's Pink. That's online and the social media rotating right now.
Is it still black-owned company?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
100%.
No. Well, you hear him say that.
I mean, you don't see a lot of black-owned companies, and it's awesome to do. Like this great to work with.
But when I found that article about South Sheen, then it opened, and I start reading. It opened up a whole nother world, because there are so many companies that we think not. And I say that because a lot of times we're spending our dollars there.
Yeah.
And we think that we're, like people thought BET was still black owned. A lot of people did.
No.
It's not. Companies that we watch, that we promote and spend our dollars with, they're not black owned, and then they don't do anything for our community. They don't throw anything. They don't throw no chicken bones back into the community, and they don't have a lot of us working either.
Yeah, that's true.
I know this is not the subject, but I don't know. I just had to throw that. I just had to throw that out there.
I see you going. I got you.
Okay. Now, you said you had to work for various modeling agencies.
Yeah.
Okay. You don't have to. You do not have to say their names or any of the models that you shot. Just kind of explain to what your job would be.
Oh, I mean, like, yeah, my I shoot with the agencies. You get paid the rate to shoot with the agencies.
You ain't gotta call no agency name for me. You ain't gotta call no agency name for me.
Oh, it's not a problem to call our agency.
Don't call them on my show.
What?
Because I don't want them to have that advantage. But okay. I mean, what is a shoot like when see?
Is to capture the ladies in the light and to get the type of composition that they need to be able to sell them. Mm-hmm. When models work for modeling agencies, they're essentially being sold to bigger companies. So you might have a JCPenney, Kohl's, Sears, something of that parameter, okay. And they might want to do ads. And this goes from kids to young ladies to older ladies. Because I shoot children too.
Okay.
But when they're getting selected and when they need to be seen, they need to have a certain type of look. So they come to me to provide the people that they want to be seen to look a certain way. So they come to me, they come to my studio, we get those shots, and then they go to the bigger companies and they say, here, this is who we want you to use. And they say, oh, she looks nice. Now, the she looks nice is based off of how good the photography is. And that's why they come back to me.
So it is kind of like Adele give and say. A lot of that stuff ain't real. Well, I'm just gonna be honest now. Oh, look at you turning around and see. Don't scare me. A lot of times, especially young women, okay, they be trying to get that certain look.
Mm-hmm.
They go out and they spend $300 or $400 on that what kind of hair? Remy hair.
Mm-hmm.
And then they go out and they buy their makeup and and they be trying to get that look that they see on that ad.
Yeah.
Okay, on that print.
Right.
They can't get that look. Can they?
Why?
Can they get that look?
Yeah.
You just said
if they get that production, they can get that look. If you spend that money, you can get that look. But while we're on this radio talking about that experience but with all that black stuff, it look like that.
But no, I'm
asking.
Okay, this is what I'm saying to you. That look that they see on that print, okay, that is something that somebody has shot with a camera.
Yep.
And has doctored it up like that.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
That's just what I'm saying.
Absolutely. No.
So if you think you're gonna look like that girl on that billboard, you're not gonna look like her.
That girl don't look like that girl on the billboard.
Thank you. That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. That's true. And I'm glad you said that because it's so many of them. They are. I'm gonna look like. They go through the magazine. They buying all the stuff to get that look. They're not gonna get that look.
Absolutely. That your average person, regardless of what you buy, like what you see in the magazines, you can get close, but unless you walk in with Photoshop, it's not gonna happen.
Because Adele Givens used to make a joke about it and say, they all plastic.
I mean, it's not even about the plastic. I mean, it's about the clothes. It's about the hair. Like when you see somebody on the advertisement, they like when we do studio work with photography sessions, that hair is fresh done. So like if I have a client and they're like, how come my hair don't look like her hair? I was like, that's because she got her hair done right here. Now, do you want to, pay the extra fee to get your hair done right here, right now? Every girl that's listening to this radio station understands there's a difference between getting your hair done at the salon, driving to the studio and showing off versus having it done, having the curl and iron come fresh off the hair.
Because that curl and iron might be sitting in the studio while you're doing that hair, right?
And that hair from where you're going to where you're going to be at is going to fall. Same thing goes for your clothes, whether you got them folded up coming out the briefcase versus you just got them pressed in the studio. So that what you're seeing on advertisements is pristine work. Yeah, your regular person ain't doing that. You ain't gonna get it. It ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, because I mean, you find them. They be, they be spending that money.
And that's the game. It's a whole nother game, If I call you ugly, then you're gonna follow. If I say your grade of hair isn't what's socially accepted, then you're gonna do what's being shown. And that's not what we're supposed to be doing.
And see, and young girls, and no, not only young girls, people in general, you have to learn to love yourself and accept yourself.
Absolutely.
For who you are.
Absolutely.
Because he's got a trained eye. And he's good at what he does. He's a professional. They pay you to make them
look good.
All right.
That's right.
Okay. Now, if you want to put your information out there where you can be found, you are working for on some projects and stuff, but like you say, your company it's a black owned company,
Yes.
and maybe somebody want to deal with a black owned company. So if you want to put your information out there
Yeah.
where you can be found and how they can get in touch with you.
Yes. My personal contact is 708-328-1115. My work can be seen at www.charaningram.com. That's CHARANINGRAM.com.
All right.
Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Tumblr, all the same.
Everywhere, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. I want to thank you all for listening to IntellectualRadio.com and iHeart Radio Station. This is Rhythm Flow Radio with the big girl of internet radio, Katie Lowe. I want to leave you with this message. Today is Friday. I want everybody to have a good weekend. Remember that self-love, self-respect, self-worth, they all start with self. Remember, it's not what you are, it's what you think you are not. Think about yourself. Have a happy weekend.
That's what she said to me. If you really want to party, let's go out tonight. Let's hit the club and get this party started. If you sip and get them bottles pouring, it's alright. And if you smoked a little something before, that's alright. Cause you were looking so damn good in the club. We're having so much fun. So much fun. Feeling kinda good. Come on, let's hit the floor. Then she backed that thing on up to me. Here we go. That's what she said to me. And now we turn the dance floor up. She said, I'm gonna rock this thing on you. And I like the way she's moving. Let me hear y'all say, she's turning on. And now we turn the dance floor up. I sure love what she's doing to me. And I think I love her. 5:30 in the evening and I'm just getting off. Stop by the cleaners, hope it don't take too long. Girl, if you wanna wine and dine, that's alright. Stop by and grab a dozen roses, the kind you like. Cause you are looking so damn good, baby. We're having so much fun, I like it, sugar. I'm feeling kinda good, let's hit the floor again. And can you back that thing up to me again? Here we go. That's what she said to me. Oh yeah. And now we trying to dance floor up. She said, I'm gonna rock this thing on you. And I like the way she's moving. She's putting on a show. She's turning on. Now. We're having so much fun. I sure love what she's doing to me. And I think I love her. She's alright, that girl is sexy and she knows it. She's so beautiful, yes she